Hi, welcome to another video. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
I hope you're enjoying your holidays. Now, since the holidays are here and this year is coming to an end, I thought that it would be cool to rank the LLMs released this year, highlighting which are the best releases and which aren't. So, I have the tier list here, and we'll go through the LLMs one by one. I'll try to be fast, and we'll rank them with a little bit of commentary. Also, I won't be talking about O3 because it isn't released, and most of the stuff about it seems like a gimmick. So, if you want to know more about that, you can check out my members only video on it. It only starts from $5 and also supports the channel. Anyway, let's get started right away with these LLMs in just random order. So, the first LLM that we have here is Gemini 2.0 Flash. This was launched like a week back, and it is actually very similar to GPT-4O because it can also handle multimodal inputs.
Even Gemini too, I think there was a video where it was working on Blender, some voice commands. Um, and that's a pretty cool tool to use for that. And I'm trying to see how it like integrates with game development or just 3D animation. But just based off of that alone, I put it at an A tier. Definitely better than some of the other stuff that I've used when it comes to AI, but even the image generation too is pretty good, if not amazing. So A tier, I wouldn't put it at B tier, but who knows? I feel like everybody
As
had their
well as
own opinion.
outputs like audio. It is also very fast and free. So, this is the model that I have been using a lot these days, and I'm going to put it in the S tier because I'm loving this model right now.
You feel me? Like
Also,
I was lowballing it because I don't know how most people feel about it, but it's a very good model. It looks like a, a, a very solid foundation if you want to use all the free tools and just have a good tool to use for free stuff. Like the AI is good, the image generation is good, voice command is good. Um, yeah, check it out.
I don't have the thinking model here, and I think that it's very similar to 2.0 Flash. So, you can consider Flash as both the thinking and general model in this one block. Now, the next one is 3.5 Sonnet. So, this doesn't need much talk. Everyone knows that this is a proper S
Yeah.
tier model. So,
Haiku
let's just
too.
put it here. Now we have 3.5 Haiku. So, 3.5 Haiku has been a little more controversial due to the fact that it is double the price of 3 Haiku and is much higher in cost. I do believe that it should have been a little cheaper, and it's not as good as Sonnet or Gemini 2.0 Flash either, which is literally free. So, this will go in the A tier. Next, we have Mistral Large 2. Mistral Large 2 is a good model, but it's not as good, and the licenses of these models are a little bad as well. So, this will go in the B tier. We also have the Nemo model by Mistral and NVIDIA, which was a great model at the time it launched, but I think there are some better models released after that. So, this is a B tier model as well. Next, we have the Pixtral model. The Pixtral model is also good to use, but the licenses were not that good. So, this is also a B tier. Now, Ministral is also a B tier model due to the same reasons, and the
Llama is
performance is not
definitely
as
a
great.
S tier.
Next, we have the main open source
Oh,
frontier models, which
I'll
are
say that's
Llama
an A tier.
3.1,
And
3.2,
3.3
and
is
3.3.
definitely S tier because it's
Talking
better.
about Llama 3.1, it was a great model when it was launched, and the 8B model still holds a lot of potential,
Yeah.
along with the 405B model, which is the biggest model we have seen. The licenses of these models were also good. So, this is an A tier model. Now, the next models were Llama 3.2 models, and these were the literal opposites. These were two mini models and two vision models, and all of these models were atrocious. The vision models were not good at all, and the same goes for the mini models. So, these go in the C tier. The next model is Llama 3.3,
That was good.
which currently only has the 70B model, but that model is really very good. It's too good, to be honest, for the
Yeah,
size.
that's a S
It
tier.
makes it the best 70B model yet. So, this is a straight up S tier model.
No, no, I heard a lot of good things about like the 3.2. I didn't use that shit, but the 3.3, I know I heard a lot of things about it, and I used the 3.1. But 2 Minute Papers touched on an article about Llama and uh, some of the new things that they were testing out in some of their research. Like they had data on, I guess, how good they could guess. Uh, Suicidal percentages, crime rates. It was just the percentages that they would have in in their model as opposed to what's going on currently. Well, at least that's how I compared it because that's the percentages that they had. So they were basically testing their models on the crime rates, percentages in the US, the suicidal rates, um, racial discrimination, just different categories and stuff like that. But it was a good model. It looked like it passed all the tests. The previous one, come to think of it, the previous one, the scores for each test didn't do like the first score was good, the second score was kind of like miscued, kind of like what happened there, and then the third score kind of like bounced back. So
Next up, we have Quen 2.5. I'm talking
it's an
about
A
all the
tier.
models in the Quen 2.5 lineup, excluding the 2.5 coder models. Anyway, this was a good model, but the instruction following and general knowledge of these models are really bad. So, although it performs great in mathematics or general tasks, it fails in general world usage. But they were still good. So, these models are going in the A tier. Now, we have the 2.5 coder models, which made a lot of hype when they were launched. Even the Quen guys were comparing them to Sonnet. They even trained the model on Ader's own benchmarks to make it more believable, but it wasn't good at all. Ader recently updated their benchmark questions with multiple language ones, and now you can see that it comes near GPT-4O Mini. So, this model was not great despite all the hype. So, at max, this is a B tier model. I'm being generous here by giving it this rank. Now, we have QWQ. QWQ is by Quen, and it's similar to O1. It performed pretty well, and it was one of the models that was really an open source competitor to O1 because, although DeepSeek has their R1 model, they haven't released its weights yet. So, I must give this to
So, could anyone leave in the comments below if DeepSeek is worth using or giving a shot at? I've been hearing more and more about DeepSeek, and they just seem to be like I guess, the end of year type of company thing to me. Reason I'm saying that is because they really just are pushing a lot of things to market as the year is closing. And you know how Q4 goes, one, two, but you know how the AI race and just large language model race is going right now. So I could see them making a nice little push, but is it like worth looking into? Is their products good? Leave in the comments below if you guys could.
Quen, and I'll give them an A rank in this as well. So, it's an A tier. Now, we have DeepSeek's R1 Lite model, which was also a good reasoning model. I liked it, and this will also go in the A tier. Apart from this, we have DeepSeek V2.5, which is basically a merged version of both the coder model and the general model, and it is a really good model, especially considering that the price for it via their API is extremely low. So, this is an A tier model. Now, we have Phi 4. This is a great mini model. In the 14B segment,
This is how AI.
I4.
I think this is the first model that I have seen perform as great as this model. You can check out all the testing videos. I have a playlist for all of them. Anyway, this is the best model for 14B size. So, this is an S tier model. Next, we have GPT-4O, and this model is not as good, although it brought the omni-modality thing with it, but it was not available at the time of launch. And then Gemini caught up, and Gemini became much better than this and free. So, this is a C tier model. Next, we have GPT-4O Mini, and this model was good, but the pricing wasn't great, and now Gemini 2.0 Flash beats it at pricing. Although one thing is that it now supports real-time voice, which makes it a little good. So, this is also a C tier. Now, we have O1 and O1 mini models, and both of these models will go in B tier as well, because I don't like these models as much. And it's like hell, a lot of expensive, and I wouldn't pay $200 to use these kinds of models at all. They don't even show their chain of thought because they don't want others to train their model, which is a lot sketchy for them to do. But still, it may be good sometimes. So, this is a B tier. Now, we have Gemma 2.
Yo, OpenAI, I hope you guys are watching because from number one in the tech race to B tier is that fall off gotta be studied, bro. That's all I can say.
And these models are pretty much trash. I can't believe the same company made 2.0 Flash and this model. These models are so bad that I don't want to even bother. So, this is a D tier. Next, we have CodeStrawl, and
That's
this
a
was a
C
good
tier.
coding model and better than Quen 2.5.
Word.
There's also a free tier of the model by them, which I like to use. So, this is an A tier. We also have Grok 2. This is a good
Gotta
model as
check
well,
that out now.
and the best part about it is that it's uncensored, and it's also now free on Twitter, as well as there's a free API. So, this is also an S tier model because it is pushing the thing forward, and they also open source their previous gen models as well, which is what I also like about it. So, these are the major models that were released this year. I am not talking about stuff like Gemini 1.5 Pro and stuff, because there's a new gen model, and they are now outdated, and I'm only talking about the models that I have tested or have used to pass on my judgments. Overall, this year has been really great for LLMs, and every LLM is pretty.
I use Llama 3.1 and 3. No, 3.1. I heard about 3.3 in a research report watching YouTube content, 2-minute papers. 3.2, I don't know, but I knew one thing for sure, it was not a good one, right? Because based off the video, it looks like there was a lot of things that went wrong, and that's this good video currently. Um, I I learned about 2.0 Gemini through another video, and also Blender 3.4, 3.5 Sonnet and Haiku personal purchase, as well as O1 GPT. Have not used DeepSeek yet. Both models, I want to use it. I have used Quen 2.5, but was too much for my hardware and I couldn't really maximize its full potential. Uh, I have used Grok, being that it's free, and I have used, is it Minstrel? No, I have not used Cold Straw, not Minstrel, Cold Straw, Cold Straw, and that was a replacement as I was trying to replace what was the it's a large language model that was too big. I'm forgetting the name of it. God dang it. Well, yeah, Coach Joe. I believe because it was I was trying to download a different model, but it was too much for my computer to handle. Unless it was Coin 2.5 with the 7. I don't know. May have been Coin 2.5, which I really didn't get to use because it was too big, and then I switched over to Cold Strew, and then Cold Strew wasn't as good as Llama. That might have been the route I took when it came to LLM, but I tested most of these things out, just haven't touched on Large, Nemo, Pixtral, Gemma, DeepSeek, both models, and 5.4. Everything else I pretty much touched. Let me know which LLMs you're ranking on your list, and if me and AI Code can probably miss anything. DeepSeek V had updated and gonna test it. Clients might not be the high performing core, but I find this in development my daily way. This is gonna make Yeah, I don't think OpenAI will have a steady future. But yeah, looking through the comments, just seeing what you guys are saying about it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.